Oh lordy. Well, I'm looking a little crazy, but it's for a good cause. I'm actually about to take you guys on my bath time book tag, which is extremely needed because I just worked out and I am dripping sweat. And yeah, I need to do some self-care things, so I appreciate being tagged in this video. Thank you, girl. If you want to see the original tag, it is right there. So yeah, let's get right into this video. Oh, wait. Let me introduce myself. How rude of me. This is Book Talk. I'm Brianca J, and I talk all things lit. I do literary analysis, reviews, and recommendations. And if you really enjoy books like I do, then you are going to be happy because I come up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And to be a part of the crew, all you gotta do is hit the subscribe button. Yeah, so now let's go get ready for our bath. Okay, bye now. Okay, so I've bathed. I'm clean now, but my hair still needs to be taken care of. So it's like a little bit damp now. And it's a deep conditioning day, so I'm about to use that. I'm about to deep condition my hair and talk to you guys. The first question is a book where it's like hot water. So it talks about a book when the character was in danger. And for me, it's a lot of books like that. By the way, this isn't like food. This is my deep conditioner. I use like an all-natural brand called Sunny and Denby, and because it's all natural, I pretty much have to keep my deep conditioning treatment in the refrigerator overnight. I mean, like all the time, and then just take a little bit out, warm it, and then apply it to my hair as needed. So I do that once a week. It's an all-natural brand. It's black owned. I think I've grown my hair like a lot since I've been using it. So if anybody has like afro texture kinky hair like me, I do recommend you use Sunny and Denby. They're a little bit expensive, I'm gonna be honest right now, but the results are simply amazing. So I'm just gonna apply this to my hair, and as I said, books where the characters were in hot water. And then I think Charles Dickens does that a lot. Like, his characters are always seeming to be in danger, like from Oliver Twist to Great Expectations. But then there are other books too. Like if you were to read, this isn't hot enough, honestly. I can think of a lot of books, but currently right now I'm gonna have to talk about the book I'm reading, because I'm reading The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. And Hiram is a slave. Like, he is a half black, half white slave. His father is the slave master, and he loves Hiram, but Hiram's life is in danger because like he can never really move past that station in his life. So even currently right now, he's in danger of being sold down the Natchez River if his father were to die, like, or if the estate were to be passed on to someone else because he can't inherit it. He's in a lot of danger of just like brutal slavery. He's pretty much a house guy now, and his only real task is to take care of his brother. But that's changing. Fortunately, he does have magical powers, so I'm trying to see how that's gonna go. But yeah, so that is a book where the characters are in hot water. I like it so far, honestly. Like, I'll be honest, When I first started reading it, I was like, oh, I'm super confused. And I kind of told everybody on Instagram, like, I have no idea what's going on with it. But now, I just feel a little more comfortable with Coates' writing style. It's his first fiction novel, so, you know, he has a little leeway with that. But other than that, like, it's still really written really well. It was just that it was a change because I had just finished reading Such a Fun Age, which is a really relaxed writing style. So you know how you switch from one book to the next, you kind of, your brain needs a little bit of time to catch on. I am really saturating this in, I know, but I don't have time for breakage, y'all. So that's why this stuff is getting so saturated into my hair, because honey child, I used to be breakage central. Like, my hair was consistently breaking off. Like, I couldn't seem to grow an inch without having to cut off 4. And so now that I have found this brand, I have been devoted to just really healthy hair care. That's why you guys don't even see me really doing a lot of styling to my hair. It's because I've learned my lesson. It's taken me some time, but I get it. Like, you know, healthy hair is, you know, more important, and you can style it when you need to go somewhere, but you don't have to, you know, look amazing every single day. Like, so the pressure, right? The pressure to be perfect is actually working against us when we think about how much money we spend on, like, nails and lashes and extensions. That pressure is overwhelming. And then you the character in hot water, because now you can't afford to buy books. Just kidding, guys. But I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to get into the next portion and the next question. So yeah, let me just hurry up. Alright, now hair is done. Well, it gotta do what it do. It's an overnight deep conditioner, so I usually keep it in hecka long up until, like, she's dripping down my face. Then I go ahead and wash my hair and do all the things. But now it's time for our second question, which is, a character too pure and soft for the world they were in. Bubble bath question. Okay, interesting question. Actually, I like it. A character who was just too soft for their world. Me. 2020 is too damn hard. All right, shit. But no, if I had to pick, like, a fictional character. It's a tough one. I'm trying to think, but while I do that, this is me preparing my face mask. So it's the Aztec Indian healing clay mixed with apple cider vinegar, and I got this recommendation from a lot of people on Instagram. Thank everybody who helped me, because I was telling them, like, since the pandemic, I've been getting a nasty breakout where the mask goes, and then up here I've been getting blackheads because, like, the oil drips down my face. So this is my little concoction. I actually had to get like a $120 freaking facial just to try to get some of those toxins out my face, and come to find out all I needed was like this $6 jar. So if you ain't up on it now, you know. If you're having blackouts, acne breakouts, go ahead and try the Indian Healing Clay concoction. character who is just too pure for the world they live in. Peter from the Hunger Games. Easy freaking peasy. He was such a sweet guy. All he wanted to do was like bake bread, get him a little wife, and you know, chill. He was never trying to do all that extra shit. Really just was like, I'm cool with just marrying Katniss. Even the second time, he was like, man, look, I'm really not trying to be about that life. Like, the third time, I think he tried to get them out of it. He was like, bro, she pregnant. Like, he was just a sweet guy. I think he changed over the course of the book, of course. You know, he got abducted and all this stuff. But that just goes to show, like, he had no business really being about that life. I'm sorry if I'm looking at this crazy and actually using my viewfinder as my mirror. But yeah, I think Peter deserved better. Hunger Games, the entire trilogy. Well, I didn't read the fourth one because you guys already said it was trash. you guys ripped it to shreds before I could even pre-order. So I was like, well, I ain't gotta really argue with that. Plus, I think I'm beyond, like, my reading tastes have just kind of changed a little bit. Like, I just don't really read YA anymore. Like, even when I was reading Such a Fun Age, like, I enjoyed it, but I felt like it was just a little too childish for me. It wasn't really getting deeper than that. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just so PG. It was so like, okay. So it didn't really hit, I mean, it had a message to it, but a very light message. Very good for YA, but I think I'm looking for the dark stuff now. Yeah, so I think I made way too much mask, but whatever. Ain't like I ain't got a ton anyway. Alright. I need to let this sit for 20 minutes before I wash it off my face, so I'm finna actually go read The Water Dancer for 20 minutes while this tightens. And because it is so tight, I won't be able to talk to you guys. So yeah, I'll be back. This shit is so tight. Being a woman should come with its own freaking salary, I swear. I can't move my face, but I'm gonna be beautiful later. I'm serious, I can't move my face. Okay, so got my face all done. Here's how I look. Nothing's on, so I need to moisturize actually. Wait a minute, let me stop, pause. I'm so busy trying to talk to y'all and my face is like super dry and I actually feel like the little tears, so I'm tripping. But anyway, the next question is a character who changed over the course of the story. You guys, do not forget, if you try this, make sure you moisturize. My skin calmed down instantly afterwards. This is the Positively Radiant Sheer Daily Moisture by Aveeno with SPF 30. And I'm gonna put on a second layer because that apple cider vinegar and that clay is very strong. It does get all the toxins out. You're gonna need to moisturize. Hip and Great Expectations, easy money right there. So if you've read Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, then you're aware of Pip. It's pretty much a coming of age story. It's actually a what they call a Bildungsroman novel, if you want to get technical about it. And it's really just this kid. We meet him when he's like 6 or 7. He's an orphan, and you know, he's living with his sister and his uncle, and he is, sorry, that's not his uncle, his brother-in-law, my bad. Anyway, they're taking care of him, and he meets this prisoner named Magwitch. But over the course of the story, all he really wants to do is become a gentleman. He wants to kind of wear the fancy clothes and be a part of this lifestyle that he doesn't really understand. And he gets this opportunity, like he gets this very wild opportunity. I won't tell you how he gets it, but he gets this opportunity to change his life and rise up in those ranks of social mobility. But he's not happy. And you see his entire innocence change over the course of the story. It's incredible. It's incredible. That is truly a character that I really said, like, the world didn't change, but he changed. The world changed him. And I guess that's the incredible part of Charles Dickens. His characters aren't these heroic beings. They don't really live in this fake society where one man changes the world, right? It's not real life. You know, they're good stories, but not real life. His characters, if you look at them, they are changed more than anything. You know, they become wiser. They become more sage. They become more strategic in their actions. And he's a social commentary writer. So that says a lot about human nature. Even if you think about Shakespeare, he does that too, where the world doesn't change, the characters have to change, because that's reality. As people, we are going to change more than the world around us. As we change, society will shift, but it does start with us. And so, yeah, that's the question. The answer is Pip. Pip from Great Expectations, guys. The next question. Oh, and if you're looking, this is actually from a small company here in Houston where she does whipped shea butter. If you live in Houston, she's on Alameda. It's called Cincy Scents. She does candles and she does whipped shea butter, and she can put just about any scent in there. And I don't know, because the guy I was dating was actually getting it for me, so I have no idea what scent I have, how much it costs, none of that. I don't know none of that. But I'm sure it's not that expensive, so I'll try it. But I do smell good, and my skin is awesome since I've started using it. So, you know, just in case you're wondering. A character that was not what they seemed. Okay, so a character who just wasn't what they seemed is gonna be Sun Raider from 3 Days Before the Shooting. This is the posthumous work written by Ralph Ellison. And you meet this guy named Sun Raider. He's this politician, and he is always like stirring up this trouble and kind of pivoting his entire campaign on pretty much race wars and fascism. But the kick is, as he says all this stuff, he's half black. He's this half black guy who is going around saying these horrible things about black people, like, you know, selling out, pretty much trying to position himself to overcome his social rank. And he's passing, and he has to be the epitome of not what one seems to be. So yeah, that is one character who I can say completely shocked me as I read. Like, this guy is a trip. This guy is a trip. 3 days before the shooting. Okay, so now the next question is a character that brings you light and hope. Okay, so I am finished with this stuff, so I'm gonna go put this stuff away. I'm gonna get comfortable, and then I'll answer the next question. That cool with you? Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. A character that brings you light and hope. Lila from 1,000 Splendid Suns. She was so pure and beautiful. I don't smell anything yet, but she was just really sweet. If you read Thousand Splendid Suns and you're familiar with Lila, if you haven't, you gotta check it out. It's pretty much a book about what it's like to be a woman during like Taliban Afghanistan, and it actually goes from two different women's perspectives, and then their perspectives merge. But Lila is a younger woman. She's a more modern woman, and she kind of represents the hope and the future of Afghanistan as they move into having equal rights for women and allowing them to go to school and have jobs. And so she kind of represents this idea of a new hope, a new future for Afghanistani culture. And she was such a refreshing look in the book. I enjoy her character so much. Okay, so now we're back down to, oh, we have two questions, sorry, two. So, a character who has a lush lifestyle. Baby, nobody's lifestyle was more lush than Dorian Gray. Like, who could be more ridiculous than Dorian Gray? If you haven't read it, it's by Oscar Wilde. It's really, really fun to read, considering how old Oscar Wilde is to the reading universe. I know people don't like to really read literature that represents like a different era of time, which you should, by the way, because it is incredibly enlightening when you do so. But that's neither here nor there. Why is this keep focusing? There we go. Dorian Gray, as I said, is a book about this man who is so materialistic that he pretty much wants to look young and beautiful forever. And what happens is this artist draws a picture of him and the picture gets old, but he never does. And there's a lot of interesting twists and things that happen to him as you read it. And my God, is it good. And then if you ever get a chance to read about Oscar Wilde, let me know, because I love to chat about him, because I thought he was such a scandalous man, and I just aspired to be as bold as him as a writer. Like, as a writer, I think that if you can be that polarizing and that scandalous and then be that breathtaking and timeless, you are doing your job well. And I aspire, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be that great. Anyway, finally, the very last question, and this should be an obvious question, a book I could not put down. I guess it's not obvious, but it's Absalom. When I read that book, I was haunted. Like, I don't think I really wanted to read it as much as it wanted me to read it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I put it down to take a nap, it was like, won't you want to know what happened next? And I was like, I do want to know what happened next, because I really need to go to sleep now. And it was just like, but things are happening. And I was just like, I know, but like I have to go do other things with my life. And that's the beauty of Faulkner. He really drew me in and held me prisoner up until the point that I finished the book, which is worth it. So guys, if you have to read it for school like I did, or if you want to read it just for your own pleasure, I do say check it out. Once you get a good grip of it, it does get easier to read and better to read. But you know what? I have completed all my bath time activities. I have bathed and washed my face and did my hair and moisturized, and there's nothing left for me to do other than light this candle and drink the rest of my coffee and enjoy a little bit more of Ta-Nehisi Coates, the water dancer. So with that said, I'm logging out, and I will catch you guys next time. I think my next video is actually a literary analysis, and I think we're doing Shadow and Act by Invisible Man. So if you haven't read his selected essays, go ahead, get into them, and we'll talk about them on Monday. See you next time.